Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet, and today, Tosca. Driving in the car with my wife today. By chance, we had on, not the classical music station, but the operatic music station. And they were playing Tosca. And something came over me. When I have these repressed memories, some of them I can recall. Some of them I can't recall. But associated with Tosca specifically, I had this wave that came over me, and then I realised probably, I don't know when it was, maybe from 12 to 16, maybe from 16 to 20, but for about 4 years, and maybe even after when I left Australia, in the small hamlet of Canberra, Australia, where I grew up for a majority of my time in Australia, Tosca was the intellectual thing. I think they had a company that played Tosca where the people just basically lived in Canberra and played Tosca. It was like their job. And it wasn't like it was a visiting musical group that performed Tosca. But for this period of time, for about 4 years, seeing Tosca was the definitive point of intellectual endeavour in Canberra, Australia. The conversations would relate, you'd hear them in these places, these cafes. Have you seen Tosca yet? Oh yes, I've seen Tosca 3 times. Oh, I'm going once a month currently. Tosca is where it's at. Clearly these people met in the Tosca Theatre as Tosca was being performed, and Tosca was definitively the way that these folk could get together and intellectually brag. Now, I've heard Tosca, maybe even a couple of times. I never attended the Tosca play, I don't think, unless it was a really repressed memory. But I recall listening to Tosca and just thinking, it's okay. But of all the possible operatic works to be performed, Tosca just struck me as not really where it was at. I guess growing up in this environment, I always felt duty-bound to oppose whatever the dominant intellectual force was. I don't necessarily think it was intentional. I just think after a certain amount of saturation, I realised that Tosca just wasn't where it was at for me musically. And attending Tosca being performed, and I seem to recall it was also somewhat expensive, which probably would have eliminated me seeing Tosca in this environment for a period of time towards the end of my time in Australia. Whenever I would hear Tosca mentioned in cafes or these kind of areas, I always have a little chuckle to myself. Like, this was something that really didn't interest me, but was clearly of high import to some group in the community. Just not me. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.